Bitty pregnant, flowing to the rock. Ugh. Hey yo. Doo-doo-doo. It's time I clean my shoes. Oh, shit. Okay, let's wash my shoes. Okay. Hot. I'll put this delicate. This one still need to. Oh, don't feel. Open your closet. Okay, so this morning I was watching this guy, and this is what he says. Back without begging for revenge. Hi, Greg. Because true retaliation isn't about rage; it's about preeminence. See, you don't fight fire with fire. You burn the entire blueprint to the ground. Burn the. Oh, cancel. Okay. Anyway, he's saying you don't fight fire with fire. You burn the entire thing to the ground. And then he says, you know, if motherfucker to the ground. Read my lips. Burn the motherfucker to the ground. Step one, class is in session. Pay attention. Step one, go silent. You heard what I said? Go silent. That's step one. A person who hurts you expects your pain. They expect the rage. You heard what I said? They expect the breakdown. What they don't expect, fucking motorcycle, is your evolution. They don't expect your evolution. So, you know, people who gaslight you and they want to get a rise out of you, once you realize what they're doing to your nervous system, once you realize that they're doing this to sabotage you, to upset you, to kick you out of balance, once you realize that, this is what he says, you burn that to the ground. You stop giving them your attention at all because you realize these people want to keep upsetting you, to keep telling you things that, you know, that are upsetting you. The first thing he says, burn that motherfucker to the ground with your silence, because now you're no longer feeding into them. They don't have power over you. Okay, that is one thing.
warfare. Let them sit in the echo of your absence. Are you hearing me? Pay attention. This is step one. Let the silence do what your voice could never do. Haunt them. You wanted savage psychology, baby. It doesn't get any savage than this. Let the silence do what your voice could never do. Haunt them. Step number two. You might like this shit here. Let's get wicked. And let's get raw. And let's get them back. It's about getting your lick back. So step two.
Step two.
Don't correct the lies they told.
Don't correct the lies they tell.
About them. Don't correct the lies. Let them think they won.
Mm-hmm.
See, people who build their story on your downfall will choke when your name still rises. You didn't hear me. Pay attention and turn around. I said, people who build their story on your downfall will choke when your name still rises with no explanation, with no warning, with no access. Baby, this is sweet revenge. And it fucking feels good when you do it this way. Come on. Step number 3, take notes. Step number 3, dissect them like a surgeon. What did they feed on? Your kindness, your insecurity, your need to be chosen? Dissect them like a surgeon. Starve that shit. You want revenge?
That's the sweetest way to get revenge. And he says it's a 3-step process. You go silent on these people because that's what they want. People who, thank you, Eric. People who want to upset you. I always say the number one thing here, when you want to understand mental health, the number one thing is to protect your nervous system. Protect your nervous system. 100%. So people who want to upset you, people who want to make you feel sad or insecure, they spread lies about you, they make off comments about you in your presence, they just want to kick you out of balance. They want to upset your homeostasis, your energy. And they're doing it on purpose. That's what narcissists do. They know how to get a rise out of you. Now, if you want the narcissist to get a rise out of you, they will get a rise out of you. Okay? They will get a rise out of you. But if you starve them with your silence, they got nothing. They have nothing to go on with because you already starved them with your silence. And then, once you do that, you burn, that is burning them to the ground. You burn them to the ground. And the second thing he says, if they spread any lies about you, people spreading lies about you, if they ever spread any lies about you, don't correct those lies. Don't go out there and try to make people think, oh, that was not true. She said this and this and this and this and this and that, right? Don't engage in that, and don't try to correct anything people who said something negative about you said. Don't. I mean, this is what he says when you want to burn that motherfucker to the ground and you want to finally rise, okay? You want to finally rise? You want to finally burn that motherfucker to the ground? This is what you're going to do. You're never ever going to correct somebody when they say lies about you. You're going to waste no energy on that. Okay? No more wasting energy on that. And then what we do next is we rise. He says, we rise, and that's kind of
become emotionally inedible. Become emotionally inedible. Step number 4, last but not least. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Don't match their darkness. Outshine it.
I love this.
Get so focused, so elevated, so damn powerful
Focus.
that your name alone becomes
Focus.
the trigger.
That your name becomes the trigger.
That your name alone becomes the trigger.
Focus.
You're healing louder than their manipulation.
You heal louder than their manipulation.
You gotta be beast mode with this. Make your growth the rumor they can't outrun.
Make your growth the rumor they cannot outrun.
Baby, revenge is so sweet when you do it in peace. And the final step. Never show them you're watching. Just keep stacking.
Thanks, Eric.
Keep rising. Keep
Never
creating.
show them
Because the real lick back
that you're
is
watching.
being so untouchable and so unbothered, so successful.
Unbothered, successful.
They try to destroy it.
Yes.
Let the motherfuckers watch.
Let the motherfuckers watch and learn from you.
Because in the game of psychological war, the preeminent strike is when they realize that they made you unstoppable.
Exactly. Let it backfire on them. I really love this guy. I'ma follow you because I cannot even imagine. That's the art of war. That's the art of war. The preeminent strike is when they realize that their blows made you unstoppable. That you rose to the top because they showed you how to put your armor on. Remember that song I love? I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. That is how you put your armor. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. Your armor is to go silent. Go silent. Go silent. And then focus 100% on your goal. On your goal. If they spread rumors about you, don't try to correct them. If they spread lies about you, don't try to correct them. You focus. So you go, you starve them with your presence. You let your silence, you let your silence and your absence echo. Echo. That's what you're gonna do, number one. Secondly, you're not going to waste your time trying to say, you said about me, you said about me. That is using your energy and your time and your nervous system and your precious resources on nonsense. And that's what anyone who wants to destroy you wants to do. They want you to focus on stupid things. That's what they want you to do. Instead of you building yourself, instead of you like helping yourself. I'm going into a dark room. Why is the lights not on? They want you to focus on shit that don't matter. Okay, why is this not working? Oh shit. Okay, I need to go back into my bed. Okay. All right. I need to make my bed. Just woke up. Anyway, what you need to do is to focus. Okay, this is for working out clothes. They go here. And my beddings. And then this one needs a hanger. This ones need a hanger. So you know, that for me, is what I call nonsense. I like to listen to positive people who understand the nervous system. Because once I realized that the secret power on this planet is in your nervous system, you know, people think, oh, it's somewhere else. No, your number one power, your number one secret power is in your nervous system. Once you unlock the secrets of your nervous system, you know, it's my bronze. You need to go here. This place is full. Okay, these are dirty clothes. These are dirty clothes. This one goes back here. Sorry guys, just woke up. I woke up and I'm kind of still trying to put my life together in the morning. Where are my dirty clothes baskets? Okay. I put my arm around, show you. Okay, so they keep telling us, make your bed in the morning when you wake up, because you made your bed, no needs. Whatever. Let me make my bed. Let me just make my bed. I'll tell you. Wait a minute. That's how I make my bed in the morning. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is my extra blanket if I need it at night. Okay. I need this light to be up because I only need one light in that room. I don't need a billion lights on. It costs money. Bills. You know how bills are. Huh? You be knowing bills. Let me make my morning cup of tea. What's the hospital corner? What's the hospital corner? Okay, I made some tea. Okay. Let me put on this dryer. shower to dry some of my towels, and let's talk for a minute. Hoo-wee. Let's talk for a moment how we are going to focus in 2025. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. 2025 is the beginning of a lot of new things. A lot of new things are beginning in 2025. Specifically, this July, because we are going to have a new bill, some new laws coming very fast. But, you know, for me, my biggest message will always be keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. There is nothing you can do about things that are outside of your control. Whether it's politics, whether it's, you know, maybe work. There's so many things that are outside of our control. So we focus on the things that we can affect. The things that matter to us, we focus on that. And never let your enemy take you off track. And don't let your enemy take you off track. Focus on your goal. That's the only way you win. That's the only way you win. And the only way you win is you focus on protecting your energy, your nervous system. Your nervous system is your system of energy. So people who are saying negative things about you, people who spread rumors about you, people who tell you those what do you call it? Back-ended comments, like it's a back-ended comment, or they want to put you down, bring you down. These are people who are trying to con you out of your destiny. And if you listen to people like this, they are going to destroy you. Okay? They're going to destroy you. So do this. What this guy was talking about is very, very, I found it very profound, because I'm always looking for people like him who understand. Because once you unsee this knowledge and wisdom, once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it. Once you're able to unlock your potential, you will not be conned by all these destiny swappers. Because people who are trying to make you feel like you're low here, they're trying to swap your destiny by their words. Remember, words are very powerful. That's why we say what you tell yourself is more important, but also what people are talking to you and the messages that they're sending you is also very important. It can affect your destiny, because you never know what will go right into your subconscious. You always want to protect your subconscious and your core beliefs. You must always make sure your core beliefs are supporting you. Don't let people con you out of your greatness.
All right, let's talk rules for disability claims. On hold forever. I am $182,000 away from being able to say I have secured $1 million. No credit check, no tax return, no profit and loss statement, no balance sheet. How was I able to do it? Well, let's go back to my dashboard. It says Mac Enterprise Incorporated. I am going
going to read FAQs, and it says how Strike Capital works. I told you they never checked my credit. Is that a true statement?
Eric says, you knew I must have to hear what you had to say today because I'm all ears and everything you say is truth. I'm glad that you like my channel and you hear and because I always feel that this is the most important knowledge that people are missing out there. And once they see it, once people see it, they cannot unsee. They cannot unsee it. Like once you realize that the whole truth about your life exists in your nervous system. If you don't know something, in a sense, it doesn't really exist because you don't know about it. It doesn't even make sense that if you don't know something, in reality, it doesn't exist because for you, it's not there. It's not there. Do you know how many great leaders that existed that we don't know about? So in reality, to us, they never existed. In reality, throughout time, we could all have had a cell phone. The caveman could have had a cell phone. He had all the resources that there are right now to have a cell phone, but he did not have the know-how. So for him, the cell phone never really existed, not because he couldn't call it into existence, but because he didn't even have the idea that such a thing would be possible. The best thing they could come to a phone was the smoke signal. You know what I mean? But all these electromagnetic waves that we use and all that, they've always been there, but he couldn't see them, he couldn't perceive them. So for him, they were not there. They did not exist. In a sense, if you don't know something, it's not there. So in a sense, you can protect your nervous system from the things that you don't want in your life, because if they don't exist, they are not there. Your haters can disappear out of your life like that because they don't exist. Eric says, the channel is about life. What channel is all about life is real, and you talk about what's happening and what's going on people's real life and stuff that they don't know. They need to listen and run. Thanks so much. Thanks, Eric, because this is really real. It's happening to us in real time. And yeah, and a lot of, I think a lot of media and social media is so filtered that, I don't know, that we want it that way. People want to be stuck in a fantasy world, right? Where, like right here in America right now, people want to be stuck in a fantasy world where black people and white people fight. That would be a good end game, but the problem is you have the oligarchy here and they are the ones causing the fight. And the reason that they are causing white people and black people to fight is because they want to steal from this country. They are actively looting the United States and taking all the money and taking all the power. And you know, that's what this bill was about. It was about making Project 2025 into law. And right now, Project 2025 is the law. Congress is going to pass this bill 100%. There is nothing stopping Congress from passing the bill. Remember, the Republicans, they have majority in the Congress. They have 220. and Democrats have 213, and then there are like 2 seats up for grabs. They only need a slight majority of 218 to pass the bill. Just 218, and they already have the majority. So there is no way that this is not going to pass. We have Project 2025 and all its bigotry as the law now. Swallow the pill. Swallow the pill, because what's about to happen is persecution of people who have my skin color and people who have brown color. But ultimately, the biggest losers will be the white middle class, because guess what? If the billionaires want to take wealth from America, the rich want to siphon wealth. You think the first people they are going to go for is the poor people who already have nothing? No. The first people that are going to be made poor is the middle class being wiped out into the poor. And that how do they do that? First of all, you will find that in very soon most middle class people, they will not be able to pay their mortgage. They will not be able to pay their mortgage. So they're going to be not homeowners. They don't have to be homeless. They're just not going to be homeowners. Once the middle class loses their job, because most middle class people, they depend on their jobs to make a living. If they're not able to stick on their jobs, they will not be able to pay their mortgage. If interest rates go up and they're not able to get their mortgages, they lose their homes. It's very simple. Eric, thanks so much. The thing is, now they'll start being poor, right? It's so sad. So now the biggest losers are not black people. I know a lot of people think that the biggest losers on Project 2025 is black people. When you don't have much to lose, you cannot be the biggest loser. The same way I tell people who, kind of came from a good family, they are well adjusted, they've been supported by their families to have, a good job and a sense of community and all this social, capital. I tell them, if you marry somebody who is a loser, who has nothing to lose, they have nothing to lose. They are not invested as you are. If you get into a bad relationship and you come from a good family, you're the one who has something to lose. Not the person who you met who was a loser and had nothing to lose. That person was already a loser. They don't have anything to lose. So for the racist white people who voted for Donald Trump and Project 2025, because obviously this project was marketed as the project that is going to hurt black people, brown people, and make them the sole losers. They are going to open concentration camps and put people there. This is now going to happen. This is no longer something that you think about and you ignore. The ICE budget has more than quadrupled since this bill came in. So they have the power to not even to just deport people, to just make their life miserable. Put them in a concentration camp so that they're not able to go to work, so that they're not able to have thriving families. The whole point is cruelty. Okay? The whole point of this whole Project 2025 is cruelty. And it has now been institutionalized because obviously Congress is going to pass. Okay. Now, what am I going to tell you? Is that you have to keep on keeping on. I hope that when they start becoming cruel to black and brown people, you as a white person somewhere, you're going to remember your humanity. Because let me tell you, evil does not just destroy the people that are the target. It also destroys people who perpetrate the violence. For example, think about Hitler. A lot of people do see that Hitler destroyed the Jews. But do you ever think about how Hitler destroyed the Nazis, the Germans, by making them Nazis? A lot of people don't see the double-edged sword of evil. The perpetrator and the victim all lose something. All lose something. And now that we are going back to history repeating itself, the biggest losers will be white people. First of all, they are going to use you to behave like ICE agents, to be the ones who are perpetrating evil to black and brown people with the promise that your life is going to be more cushiony, that you're going to preserve your snow white skin under this blaring sun of the United States. It's not gonna happen. It's a lie. It's a lie, and they're going to destroy your soul for money. Remember, the Bible tells you you cannot serve money and God at the same time. You cannot prioritize money over humanity and tell yourself that you're serving God, that you're living up for a higher purpose. And when you don't serve God, you serve the enemy. And the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy you. That's what the enemy does. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So I just feel sorry for white people who are not woke, because they think that Project 2025 is going to protect them and their families and destroy other people. No, you cannot destroy other people, just like Hitler could not destroy the Jews without destroying the Germans. He had to turn the Germans into Nazis. And if the American white, the Caucasian American wants that soft life, it's coming at a price. It's coming at your price of selling your soul to the devil. This is the deal that you have to make with the devil. This is the deal that you have to make with the devil. And you know, and I know that a lot of white Americans feel that it's unfair, that they have to feel shame for what their ancestors did to black people, enslaving them, selling their children, separating their families, burning them at the stake, not paying them even for their labor, just exploiting them, raping them, murdering them. All this is documented. And if you haven't read the book, The History of the African American, it's right there. If you choose not to read, you choose not to educate yourself about history, it's all there. It's there. There is nothing wrong with history as long as we learn from our mistakes. Oh, the guys before us, they did this, they did that, they did that. That is why oh, I just got a text from Shai. She's in Japan. She says, girl, I miss you. I'm going to the cafes and thinking, Monica would love this place. I miss her too. I'm going to call her. I really miss Shai. Anyway, let me get back on track. Let me get back on track because I'm on fire. I'm on fire this morning. Anyway, what was I saying? That you cannot serve God and man at the same time. And let me tell you, this administration is not about serving the Lord. You know, you can remember when Trump became president and he went to church, and then he was told to have mercy on the people uh, by the by the what do you call it, the bishop. And you can remember this.
One final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
And let me show you what Trump's reaction. After that, Trump said, like this judge, that this bishop needs to be fired, something like that. He just she said,
Trump has responded to this bishop's sermon, calling her nasty and very ungracious. At the National Prayer Service, Bishop Marianne Edgar Booge gave a sermon calling for President Trump to extend mercy towards the LGBT plus community and immigrants impacted by his policies. Shortly afterward, Trump replied on Truth Social, labeling Booty a radical left hardline Trump hater and accusing her of inappropriately politicizing the church. He said, the so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal migrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She's not very good at her job. She and her church owe the public an apology. The event at the Washington National Cathedral featured an interfaith prayer for the nation and gained national attention when a video of Booty's remarks went viral.
so he says the bishop was nasty. And to say that her tone was harsh, I mean, I couldn't even fathom somebody who with a sweeter tone, a tone that is kind of just like loving, asking him to do what the Bible says. Hi Venom, I'm doing good. How are you? Today we're just talking this morning, about what's happening here. This was Melania during that sermon. She was completely bored, like these other people when the bishop was talking, telling them to have mercy on the immigrants. their reaction was like, what the hell are you even talking about? Like, who are you to tell us what to do? We are in power now. Hello. So that's why, guys, I know it's going to be bad here in the United States. That I don't even know how it's going to be, but God have mercy. God have mercy. God have mercy. But I'm not betting on it, because at the end of the day, you know, the only way God's mission is brought into this planet is by what we do, by what we believe, by what we promote. And clearly, here in the United States, people have chosen to promote bigotry and hate. And, you know, Project 2025, they've been creating this project since the beginnings of 1990s. They've been working on this Project 2025. The GOP has been working on this Project 2025. So when I tell you it's a well thought out plan on the assault of democracy, they have carefully thought about it, they have carefully planned about it, and that is why you see Trump is moving fast, because this was already pre-planned for decades. For decades. You know, this is not something that they're doing out of the blue. No. The systemic dismantling of your rights, the taking away of health care so that Americans can be at the mercy of the insurance companies is systematic. They want it systemic, because when you create a system and you exploit that system, that's how it works. Nothing happens when you just say we are going to do this and this, and you don't create a system. Once you have a system in place, that's when things happen. But this new system, let me tell you, is not for anybody but the rich. When Bernie Sanders stood there and he said that during Trump's inauguration, when you saw all the rich people in attendance of the inauguration, and then he said Americans do not need to come to the inauguration because it was too cold. It was too cold for them. The only people who had room, you know, they could have made like those gas towers outside if it was so cold and they really wanted people. When people come together, even when it's so cold, they create a heating system with their bodies. They could have also put, like, you know, those lamps, when they put those lamps outside and they heat up the place, or they put up tents so that people can attend the inauguration. They didn't. And for me, that was a telltale sign. I was like, we've already gotten your votes. It's too cold for you to come celebrate. First of all, because you don't need to celebrate with us. This is not your win. This is our win. I'm sure the president knows that he worked so hard for this campaign. It was his campaign. Thank you for the vote. Now he's in the power. Now that the Project 2025 agenda has passed through Congress, it's game over. It's game over. Because even if the Democrats somehow win the midterms, to undo the system that is being created is going to be impossible unless they win the House and the Senate and they work very quickly and fast to undo all the damage. But I don't think this is going to be undone. Schumer told us what's going to happen. Let me show you what Chuck Schumer said.
start losing their Medicaid, when they start losing their jobs, when their electric bills go up, when their premiums go up, when kids and parents lose SNAP funding, the people of America will remember this vote. The American people will remember the Republican betrayal. And Americans will pay the price for this perfidy for generations. Generations. So, we Democrats fought very, very hard. We won a remarkable number of cases with the parliamentarian over and over and over again. We broke through with the American people who by a 2-to-1 margin don't like this bill. And because of our relentless focusing on a simple, unified message, billionaires win, families lose, that the Republicans are taking away your health care to give a tax break to billionaires, it has sunk in with the American people and it will remain. And our battle is not over. We're going to be fighting in July and August and throughout the year, reminding Americans when their hospitals close, when their health insurance is cut off, when their friends lose their jobs because clean energy has been so decimated. They'll remember. They'll remember. We will make sure of that.
Yes, I will make MAGA remember that they voted for this. Every time Republicans, the next 10 years, the next 10, 20 years, if you hear a problem here, just remind them they voted for this. Because we are going to feel it, like everybody is going to feel this. Unless you're a billionaire, you're going to feel it. And these words will echo. There are no harsher words than that of Schumer. Because these words, they will echo for generations to come, your children's children, and probably their children if nothing changes. These words from Chuck Schumer, they will echo. They will echo. And we are seeing this in real time. We will be the ones telling the younger generations, we were there in 2025 when the damage happens, when the vision of America radically changed back into the Stone Age, you know? But what do? We just have to keep on keeping on. You know, you just have to keep on keeping on. And that's why I was saying this morning that you have to focus, because these are the times when if you don't agree with the GOP and their agenda, you're going to be gaslighted. They're going to gaslight you. Now that they have power, they can even abuse it. They have the money, they have the power, and you see what they're doing with it so far. I showed you what the bishop told them, to have mercy. And Trump said that was almost disgusting that she could even talk like that. I mean, if you ever seen red flags in a relationship, then you know red flags are red flags. And you know that these are not just red flags. They are backed with actions. So, you know what's in it for us. You know what's in it for us. So, well, guys, I say, you know, give them silence. Don't correct them. Don't try to argue with them or whatever. Focus on your goals. Focus on your goals. And when it's time for you, either this election or the future elections, never give them a single of your votes or your time. If it's their businesses, don't support their businesses. Don't support them. Support people who want to build the same future that you want. You know, if somebody is MAGA, don't support their businesses. They don't deserve your money. If you're a Democrat or a liberal, stop them. Don't go to their businesses. Like people ask me, like, if I know somebody, if I know a restaurant is racist, I'm never going to take my money there. I will not feed my enemies. You know what I mean? I will starve them to death. I never, when people say, oh, they don't want black people here, black people there, I'm like, thank you for letting me know so I don't mistakenly give you my money. Okay? I don't want to support those businesses. I want that kingdom of hell to burn to the ground. I'm not giving them my money. People say like, oh, people like Tony Hilfiger, they are very racist. He's like, don't buy, if you're black, don't buy my brand. I'm like, I don't want to buy your brand if you're racist. I don't want to use my money there. If I see your brand lying around, you know, I don't want it. I don't want it. I could light it on fire, but I don't want to support a racist. Mental health is about, if you want to protect yourself in this world, don't pretend that you don't see what's happening. Don't lie to yourself. See the truth and then strategically form a plan when you see the truth. Don't lie to yourself. So don't lie to yourself, see the truth, and have a revenge plan. And I told you my revenge plan. The one that I got from the guy on TikTok, you know, is silent. Let your silence echo that your enemies don't even know what's happening. Don't try to justify the lies they say or even do anything about it. Let them continue spreading the lies, and then focus on your goals and your dreams and shine. Okay? Just do that. That's the best revenge. And then when it comes the time to really kick them where it hurts, make sure you kick them in the nuts when you have all the power, all the might. But when you don't have that, don't. Don't. Focus on your goals. Be silent, and don't even try to even respond to the lies that people want to spread, the untruths that they want to spread. Don't. They know they're lying. You know they're lying. No point. You know, there's no point. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to this morning session. We'll go live again. Hi, Adam. Hola, mi amor. Where you at? I'm in California, my love. I'm here in Cali. Where are you from? And how did you find my channel? You know, sometimes I've been forgetting to share my channel on Facebook. I've been forgetting. Oh, you're in Houston? Awesome. How did you find this channel? Did you search something, or were you just scrolling? Yeah, so this morning, you know, I woke up just thinking, are people really watching what's happening in the world, or am I the only one who is stuck here, just wondering where we are headed? I mean, we all know where it's headed, unless you've been living under the rock. We all know where these things are headed. It's clear. We all know where things are headed. The problem is, how bad is it going to be? How bad is it going to be? How unhinged is this regime going to be? You know, that's like we are, it's bad. The gravity of the situation is not laughable at all. But it's like, how bad is it going to get? That's the thing. That's the thing. And remember, you guys, I told you last time that soon they might start hunting down people who speak up on social media, influencers, people who talk, who criticize their regime. This is going to happen. The freedom of speech is being attacked by the right. They are the ones taking the freedom of speech, and they don't want criticism. That's why people will start wearing a mask right here. This time it will be for silence, being silenced. There are things right now that people in the LGBTQ cannot say. There are things right now that Black people are not supposed to say. There are things here that women are not supposed to say anymore under the new constitution, under the new law. There are things that even institutions like Harvard, education systems, they can't say, they can't do. For example, they can admit people of color or people from foreign countries. They are being looked at so quickly for allowing Black and brown people to be educated. This is what this administration is doing. It's systemic. It's systemic. Because the only way that you can control people is through putting oppressive systems that actually hinder their development. It's easy to do. It's so easy to do. People like me, we are talking about these things because we are aware of them, but sometimes I'm wondering, do people understand the gravity? And the truth sets you free. That's why I don't like to lie to my subscribers. Hi Mila. I don't remember you. It's been a long time. Tell me, where are you from? And how did you find this channel? It's very, very hard for people to understand that. They need first to know their environment and the truth about their environment, and be truthful towards themselves so that they can move forward in life. And you have to see things the way they are right now. I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't want to lie to you if you're Black, brown, or white about the situation that for me I see us moving into. I see a situation where we are moving into a version of what Hitler had in Germany, where white people will be told, oh, we are going to give you privileges here. We're in Africa. I'm from East Africa. I'm from Kenya. White people are going to be told by this administration that you're going to maintain your white privilege, but we're going to take the privileges systematically from other people, brown, Hispanics, Black people, whatever. But for you to maintain your privileges, you have to be the police. Kind of like what Hitler sold the Nazi whites. It's kind of like what they are going to do. They are going to sell them. Like, if you take part in the persecution of these Black and brown people, you're going to maintain your white privilege. Your schools, your children can go to good schools. You can have babies. Basically the basics. And you can keep your homes. And then they are going to say, all right. Obviously, because they are going to say, okay, Joe Bag, I've been to Joburg. I didn't stay a long time. I was just in passing. I think I went to a museum there, and then I drove to Cape Town. I really liked Joburg. Yeah, I remember I bought some really beautiful clothes there in Joburg. I was like, dang. I was in Joburg. I felt like I was in Europe. It was so developed. I was like, man, Kenya is not like this. South Africa is really developed and modern. I was like, what is going on here? Am I in Africa? I like, oh my goodness, I like these. Yeah, Joburg is, yeah, it's a vibrant town for sure. Loved it, loved it. Food in South Africa is the best food I've ever tasted my entire life. Okay, South Africa has the best food. So I went to the Drakensberg up in South Africa. The Drakensberg, beautiful, beautiful country. Oh my goodness. Ah, and then they had the best beef I've ever tasted my entire life. I was like, okay, I'm down to living here in the Drakensberg. I'm okay. I'm okay relocating. Oh my goodness. Then I went to, before I went to Cape Town, I think I passed, that's when I passed Joburg. And then I went all the way down to Mozambique, and then went down to Lesotho. I had the best wildebeest and impala in Lesotho. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this place. It has good food, good food, good food. And then I went to Cape Town, and then I was finished. I loved South Africa. Oh, you're going to Sardwana. Whoa. Oh my goodness. What are you going to do? I can't. Like, you have, if you experience South Africa and you're African, you're like, man, this is what it's about here in South Africa. South Africans have a whole different African experience. I don't know if you get that South Africans have a whole different experience from what the rest of Africa experiences. It's ridiculous. You're going to be living by the Lake Victoria? Oh wow. Good for you. Good for you. What do you do? Are you're going for, oh my gosh, that is so good. And to be honest, they also have very good services. I remember I rented an Airbnb from this white woman when I was driving down, and she had a nice place by the lake. This woman, she washed my clothes, she ironed them, she she packed them in a bag, you know, she put them like into my bedroom in one of those buckets so that I can put them in my suitcase. I mean, she did everything. I was like, wait, when you have an Airbnb, they wash your clothes and they do all this. I'm like, what the hell? But this white woman did that. I was like, I want this service of Airbnb. She did everything. She did everything. I was like, I've never had this experience. South Africa, I'll come back. Okay? I had a good experience. Nobody here, even in America, does that for you. You have an Airbnb, they're not cleaning your clothes for you. Hell no. Oh wow, does she know? Does your mom know? Or is this a surprise? Oh wow. This is a good time in your family's life. I love it. Their weddings, such are the beautiful moments in life. Make sure you have your camera. Let me tell you, when my friend was getting proposed, and I wanted to make a small video about the whole experience and kind of like put it together. And for me, I was waiting for that moment to take the camera and put the moments together. But you can't make a story from that one moment. You have to put everything together. Like, hey, when you're driving there, you see yourself, you take a small clip of the video when you guys are packing the things, put them in the car. When you're driving there, you know, you put small clips there. The day off, there'll be so many things. He might forget where the ring is. He might, you know, like my friends, they wanted to put this big sign, will you marry me? And for some reason, they didn't have anything, like the nails or the tape. The tape kept coming off. And I forgot to capture those awkward moments when they're trying things and they're failing. So if you want to put a video together for them, it will be good. I would say don't shoot it like this, shoot it like that and put the clips together, or have somebody edit them for you. But make sure you put in even the small awkward moments, so that they can make it easy, fun. And when you finally want to watch it later, it will be like a story. That's nice. That's a beautiful time. Are you married? Do you want to get married? Oh, that's nice. So are you going with your whole family, with your husband as well, or it's just a few of you guys? Ooh. Nice. Oh, that would be a nice weekend. I'm envious. I love South Africa. To be honest, I cannot. South Africa is really beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, did you hear about the white South Africans who came here because they said they were being persecuted? I swear, this country is a joke. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, have them come and join. What do you like about this channel? Because I talk about so many things, and a lot of people, I don't know what actually grabs them to come here. I know Eric likes this channel because I am real about mental health and also the political situations that's happening. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't find the need to. But I also like connecting with people one-on-one. I bet you my clothes are dry right now, so I can stop this. I had some towels that were drying. Oh. Like everything. Stand on business. Stand on business. Today I was talking about, in the morning before you came, I was talking about how we all have haters. And the thing is, there is ways to destroy people who hate you. You know, somebody was saying you don't fight fire with fire. You burn it to the ground. You burn the whole thing to the ground. He was saying the way you burn things to the ground. He was talking about burning to the ground means you give people your silence. You give people your silence, people who don't like you. I don't have children. I don't have a husband. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing right now. And he was talking about how you give people silence. Silence is a very, very powerful tool when you use it, and you let it echo for people who are not in support of your dreams, of your goals, for people who want to gaslight you, for people who say these offhanded comments about you. Giving them your silence is your greatest weapon. And then if they spread lies or rumors or anything, he was like, do not justify yourself. Do not go to correct those things that they say. Instead, you focus on your goals, because what you focus on and your attention is your most powerful tool. So he was like, what you focus on, you put it 100%. And then let your big wins, let them, like when you have your life together, your winning will be your preemptive strike against them. Because now they will see, like, all this negative energy that they were feeding you, you used it as fuel to make your life better. And now they lose it completely. You finish it. You've burned it to the ground. I've never seen a better formula for success than that one, ever. That nothing will beat that one. You know, and you could show them mercy, but you could also choose to kick them in the nuts where it hurts. But that's what it is, you know. Girl, I gotta go change and do other things. Finish my tea, start working. Lovely seeing you guys. When I'm live again, I'll let you know.